You are rushing again, walking fast, empty stomach, mind spinning, afraid you won't give up. But where is it you are chasing? Where is it you are going? You justify sacrificing peace, present, joy, sleep to get ahead, to be seen, to be the first, and to earn a little more. You don't really rest in the evenings either. After your 9 to 5, it turns into 5 to 9 side hustling and optimizing every minute, even replacing time with your loved ones to impress those you don't even know at all. Because this was the blueprint to the success handed down to you. You feel the urge to check off all the things on the list. In your 20s, graduate, pick a career, have a partner. In your 30s, buy a house, have kids, travel. And in your 40s, afford yourself a comfortable life. But after all of this, when you finally get there, where is it actually waiting for you? And was it worth the sacrifices? I came across this concept falling behind a few years ago, and it perfectly captured everything I've been feeling. The reason I felt the need to hustle and rush through my life. But no matter how hard I tried, I always felt like I wasn't living up to my fullest potential and always exhausted from trying. Eventually, I realized that it wasn't me. It was the finishing line that kept moving, and I saw the illusion of it all. The truth is, you are not behind. You are just living a life that doesn't follow someone else's rules. We keep running forward without ever slowing down to ask ourselves where we're actually headed. I think we can spend our entire life trying only to miss out on what's important. Maybe that's how the systems decide. Well, as someone who has always fallen behind in life, I can assure you that there is no such thing because none of us are meant to go the same way. Right after college graduation, people would ask me, "What's next for you?" And when I got my first big job, people will often ask me, "What's your next big plan?" Now that I run my own social media channel, people will often ask me, "What are you gonna to do when nobody watches your videos anymore?" As if I always need to be 2 steps ahead of the game. Maybe I'm just naive, but I don't have such big long-term plans after this. And for the first time in my life, I truly feel like I'm enjoying where I am. I'm enjoying my day-to-day life in a very simple, grounded way. I enjoy reading, learning, filming these videos, going for a workout, taking care of myself. There's a quiet sense of control over my life now, not in a forceful way, but in a steady, intentional way. These small, ordinary moments, they don't look like big achievements from the outside, but they have been slowly bringing me back to myself. That make me feel calmer, clearer, and stronger from within. And I'm just thinking to myself, isn't that not enough? And I don't blame people for asking this. Most of the time, they are just making small talk. It's simply a social habit. So I totally get it. But it took me a really long time to realize that it's up to me to know my own pace, to know what matters to me, and to live in my life accordingly. Another question that I get out a lot as a 30 years old woman is, when are you gonna to get married? And for a long time, I felt really guilty because by societal norms, I should know by now. My biological clock is ticking. But more and more I realized that I didn't have the clarity to answer that question because there's so much chaos around me and so much inner work that I have to do to mix my true self. Depending on your upbringing, past experiences, current life situation, and the direction you are heading, This isn't an easy question to answer at all, and it's definitely never a simple decision to rush into. That's why I think I need to stop judging others for their choices, and most importantly, stop being hard on ourselves too. Only since I came to Thailand last year, I felt like I'm finally able to slow down. To be honest, coming here was my way of pressing pause on a life that had felt rushed and confusing for a long time. For almost 10 years, I was constantly busy, always moving, always doing. But deep down, I couldn't really see myself. I felt disconnected, felt I had no real sense of direction or inner strength. So I chose to stop, to step out of the noises, to give myself peace, and to slowly find my way back to who I really am. And in that slowing down, I started to notice the parts of myself that have been neglected for years, the quiet thoughts, the emotions I never had time to process, the version of myself that I have ignored for so long. And I don't want to rush that. I feel like none of us can really rush that process. For now, I simply saying I don't know is more than enough of an answer. I once read a thoughtful line that stayed with me for years. Don't measure your life against someone else's timeline. Your journey is written for you, not for anyone else. There's so much wisdom in those simple words. Life isn't a competition we have to race through side by side. We each have our own timing, our own roads to heal, our own dreams to chase, and our own quiet way of growing. Some bloom early, some bloom late, and both versions are equally beautiful and valid. We don't need to rank ourselves against others, nor do we have to prove our worth by keeping up with society's checklist. Every person carries a different story, different struggles, and different strength. It's unfair to compare yourself behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. I wish we could all learn to admire one another's path quietly, without envy, without competition, without the pressure to copy someone else's life templates. Just simply accept and embrace who we are and where we are. The labels, the rankings, the numbers, the awards, and empty titles. I don't want that to be the motive behind everything that I do. It's a really fragile position to build your identity around external validation because it can be taken away from you at any point. And then, what becomes your purpose? I'm not saying that achievement don't matter at all. I truly respect the hard work and dedication. I just don't agree with only glorifying the things that can be counted, measured, or seen by the public. If winning means having the most money, power, or influence, then certainly the celebrities or billionaires will be the winners. But we know that's not true. And we know it doesn't always equal to happiness. They say and we can see. And so, shouldn't that be a signal to us that's not really the things we should be striving for? In fact, chasing someone else's version of success, especially material success, often leaves us feeling empty and disconnected. It creates a never-ending circle of wanting more, yet never feeling content. The other afternoon, I headed to a quiet neighborhood cafe just to unwind and clear my head. The weather was short and mild. The street was calm, and there were no rush plans on my schedule at all. I sat by the window, sipping my drink, simply watching people walk by, listening to gentle background music, and letting myself do absolutely nothing productive for once. I didn't check my phone constantly. I didn't overthink my to-do list. I just stayed present in that quiet moment. Time slipped away quietly, and in that simple, unplanned hour, I felt such a gentle sense of peace. It made me realize life's most precious gifts are never the big career wins and grand milestones. They are these ordinary, unhurried small moments we often overlook in our rush to keep up. Moments of stillness, quiet calm, and simply being alive. I want to stay fully present and cherish every little expecting peaceful joy life sends my way. I'm definitely not saying that we shouldn't have any ambition in life, but I do think society shouldn't normalize constant burnouts, relying on caffeine and mindless consumption just to cope and always pushing ourselves to outperform everyone around us. In a world that changes faster every single day, we have to rethink what success truly means to us. This is what my whole channel is about. Because I'm so passionate about this, it really changed my life. It's about returning to my true self, letting all of attachments, and learning to follow with life instead of treating life like a competition. So I hope this video give you something to think about today. If I can leave you with one thing, it's this. You are not behind. You are exactly where you are meant to be. And no matter how fast you go, I truly believe you will always end up exactly where you should be. So I hope that you are present for it, all of it. And I hope you stop often and just let your inner child play. Take time off to enjoy the sunshine. Find people who not only understand you, but also want to slow down with you to enjoy you. And I hope that you never let the fear of falling behind steal your joy or curiosity. Life goes by so quickly anyway. Why rush through it all?